So this tech worker goes viral with return to office complaints. Can't do your lunch break workout. When you have to go into the office, which means you can't do your lunch break workout, make your healthy lunch, do some laundry, bare face it all day, and work in your sweats, cozy tube socks. So let's see. Let's check this out. Ba, 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 ba. So, an Atlanta woman who, like many, has been working from home since the onset of the coronavirus pandemic, decried the prospect of returning to the office because it will take time away from house chores and self care, including a lunchtime workout. A TikTok user who goes by the handle at Taylor Rose E11 posted a video lamenting about how going back to the office will have a negative impact on her overall well being. WFH, which I'm guessing is work from home, is crucial to my mental well being and therefore my productivity, wrote the woman who works in tech sales. The TikTok video, which has gone viral since being posted over the weekend, features her wearing a downcast facial expression. Already read that. As of Wednesday afternoon, the video has been viewed more than 132,000 times and generated nearly 7,000 likes. Now, isn't it kind of weird that like a TikTok video is basically worthy of like news? I feel like that's kind of odd. So the outcry from the TikTok user joins a chorus of workers bemoaning return to office edicts as many private and public sectors push to bring back their employees full time after Labor Day. Wall Street investment behemoth Goldman Sachs is planning to lift all COVID protocols as part of an overall plan to bring workers back to their cubicles 5 days a week. The Post was first to report Tuesday. Morgan Stanley sent a memo to its employees with a similar message, according to Fox News. And last week, public health officials in California reported hundreds of cases of COVID at Google offices in Los Angeles, prompting employees of the search engine to privately complain about the company's 3 days a week in office mandate. Apple employees unhappy about the return to office mandate launched an online petition which cited the exceptional work done by staffers remotely. The petition was circulated after the iPhone maker's higher ups required workers to report to the office 3 days a week, up from two. And according to a Gallup poll, 60% of workers who have grown accustomed to doing their jobs from the comfort of their own homes said they would look for other opportunities if their bosses called them back into the office full time. Castle Systems, the office security firm which compiles data on the number of employees who swipe into corporate buildings, conducted a study which found that office occupancy rose 20% in the first 4 months of this year. And the study, which was cited by the Washington Post, shows that while more employees are going back to the office, it still falls short of pre pandemic levels. And as of April, office occupancy stood at 44% compared to the period just before the spread of the coronavirus in the United States prompted lockdown measures. So feel free to give your thoughts on this. Like now, my personal view on this, I perfectly understand why people would prefer to work from home. Because when you start factoring in all the menial tasks that you probably end up doing simply to like get to work and get back from work is probably insane. Like for example, if you were to live far enough away to where you got to like truly commute to work, I'm saying like 30 minutes plus, that's a lot of time that you are losing out per day if nothing goes wrong on those commutes. But if something goes wrong on those commutes, and like let's say that you have like an hour commute one way, right? Meaning every day you lose 2 hours. If something goes wrong on those commutes, a 2 hour commute for that day total might end up actually becoming more like a 4 hour commute total for that day. And then you start to realize, like, wait a minute, I only got 24 hours a day, like in a day. I sleep for however many hours. I spend how much time eating and like making food. I spend how much time actually working. So what? Maybe I get 1 hour of free time per day to actually go and maybe better myself, increase my knowledge, etc., etc. Then you start to realize, like, wait a minute, maybe it would be better to work from home, right? Because if you could save 2 to 4 hours a day by simply not having to go to work in person, then you could get way more productive. But the question is, would you, right? Now, personally, I think it makes far more sense for people to work from home if they are basically independent contractors, if they are in a sales job, if they are basically having their own business, right? Because basically everything relies on their output, right? The more you work, the better you work, the more you're going to end up getting a higher return from that, right? It's like the more things that you sell, the more money you'll make. Meaning, the more time that you get to spend actually selling whatever product you're selling, the more money you're going to make, right? The more you work on your business, the more time you spend on your business to grow it, to increase the revenue, the more money that's going to end up eventually going back into your own bank account, right? That you actually get to keep after paying taxes and all that. So that's like a different way to look at it. Like, how much time is worth it to you, right? When is it to the point where working from home will actually end up making you more money because you're not wasting the time simply getting to work and back, right? Simply getting ready for work and back, right? It's just a very interesting thing. Like, I perfectly understand why, like the reasoning why people prefer work from home. But also, you got to factor in too, there's a lot of people that need to actually work at like a physical location because that's how they are able to focus, right? Like, some people get so distracted by their phone or whatever at home that they simply can't get anything done, period. So you got to really be honest with yourself and see what makes the most sense to yourself. If you want to learn how to get a debt and master your money, learn how down below or at 40unbox.com.